Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for choosing to show up for yourself. Thank you for pouring into yourself, for adding value to yourself, adding value to the collective. Thank you for unlocking yourself, for choosing to become a better version of yourself, a higher version of yourself. Thank you for digging deep within yourself, for being introspective, for meditating, for exercising, for learning more about yourself, becoming more self-aware, self-enlightened. Thank you for choosing to become more confident. Thank you for choosing to, again, become your best version. Thank you for nurturing yourself, being patient with yourself, being empathetic with yourself, being kind with yourself and with the collective. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Nicole. I am so grateful to be here with you today. It is a true honor and a pleasure to serve you. I am so eternally grateful for you, for who you are, and your place here on earth with humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today's pick a card, we're going to ask, or we're going to dive into, how do you add value to the collective? Okay, how do you add value to the world, to the collective? How do you show up in the world? How you can continue to expand on the things that you are doing now and add more value to the world. Okay, pile one. How does pile one add value to the collective and to the world? Pile one, please. Okay, karma. Pile two. Okay, that just came out. Delusion. Okay. And pile three. How does pile three add value to the collective and to the world, please? For pile three. Divine source. Okay. Let me get these in shot. Okay, so for pile one, karma. Pile two, delusion. And pile three, divine source. Okay. If you feel like you need to pause the video at this time, feel free to do so. Timestamps will be linked below. If you feel called to choose more than one pile, that is okay too. Trust yourself. Trust your inner guidance. There are no rules here. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is below as well. Thank you so much. I love you. I'll see you in your reading. Hi, Pal One. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for choosing to become your best version. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, my name is Nicole. Let's get into this. You chose karma. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Okay, how do you add value to the collective? Well, you add value to the collective and to the world by helping others to address blockages or past traumas, past hurts, past circumstances, anything that, not just everything from the past or anything from the past, but things that could be holding an individual back. You help to shed light onto that situation, or you help to trigger that situation, or you just helped someone to recognize or become aware of blockages, patterns, behaviors, beliefs that could have been developed from childhood, could have been developed from a past life, or could have been developed from a past circumstance that is holding that person back from moving forward and becoming a better version of themselves. Some of you do this in, some of you just do this in different ways. Some of you trigger things within people. Some of you verbalize this in a very blunt way, or in a very like a straightforward way. You may point out to someone very frank, very to the point, very straightforward, like you need to work on this and that. Some of you do this in a more gentle way. Some of you do this in a more nurturing way. Some of you kind of support people, like in the way of therapy, counseling, advisement, to kind of walk people through this process of seeing it. However you do that, you add a lot of value to the collective by doing so, because you are now highlighting parts of someone's shadow, parts of, again, blockages, emotional blockages, mental blockages, physical blockages, things that are holding a person back from becoming a better version of themselves. And regardless of the way that you do this, your approach, maybe you have, you have a nurturing approach, and maybe you have a more forward approach. Okay, maybe you do both, or maybe your approach shows up differently for the situation. However you do it is very helpful, it's very healing, it's very enlightening, and it adds a lot of value to the collective, because energetically you are now assisting or highlighting to this person something that needs improvement or needs to be released. And it's allowing that person to align to a higher version of themselves, and to clear or remove anything that's holding them back from aligning to that better version. Now, does this mean that that person is immediately going to take the steps to do what they have to do to clear it out? Not always. Maybe sometimes they do, maybe sometimes they don't. But the fact that you are there highlighting it, coaching them, pointing it out, or whatever, that's the part that adds so much value, because it's out there. The energy is now out there. The truth is out there. It's been illuminated. So it's up to that person to make a difference in their own life, in their own journey. But you are doing the work. You are the one that's highlighting it to that person or that group of people or whatever it is. Let's find out some more, because this is extremely powerful. And I just want to say thank you for the things that you're doing. Thank you for shining your light. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for adding this level of value to our collective, because this is not always easy. It's not always easy for someone to point out where someone needs to improve. Now, some of you, again, your approach, that's your approach. Maybe sometimes it can be harsh. Maybe sometimes it can be a little critical. Or maybe sometimes it's just very nurturing and gentle, but it's needed, it's necessary. Okay, let's find out some more. For Pile 1, how does Pile 1 add value to the world here? Okay, Pile 1, please. How does Pile 1 add value to the world? The world, wow. Okay, the Hierophant, Queen of Coins, Page of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, some big energies here. And then at the bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles, okay? So let's talk about the signs. We have Sagittarius, we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have, I'm getting Pisces as well, and also Scorpio, and also Gemini, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, okay? Now, if I did not point out your sign, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that this is not your reading. I'm just, giving some signs here, okay? So let's talk about this. Many of you, you add a lot of value to the collective. Again, thank you. Thank you for the value that you're adding to the world here, okay? Some of you are a leader here. Some of you are leading the way. You're leading the way within your community. You're leading the way in your family. Some of you may be leading the way within your partnerships or business or within your career. But you are bringing in, you're helping people close out cycles. The world, this speaks to closing out cycles. And a lot of this has to do with karma. Again, as the card we pulled here for your pile, you help people to realize those parts of themselves that, the shadow, like you help people to see that those areas where they need that improvement, where they can choose to become a better version of themselves. They can close out this cycle. They can close out this cycle of obsessive thinking or backstabbing type energy or judgmental behavior, judgmental thoughts, or close out the cycle of greed, or close out a cycle of abuse of power, close out a cycle of low sense of self-esteem, or a low sense of worthiness, or feeling low value. Things like that. Like, you really help people to get to that finish line, because as we are here, on our journey, it's a journey. And each lifetime, we pick up where we left off. Where you left off, if you believe in incarnation, reincarnation, I subscribe to that. I believe in that. That's what I've been told. And so I'm just kind of giving you information from what I've channeled and what I've been told. And so, when we have a lifetime and, we transition, our energy within our soul, our Akashic records, which holds all of our, our imprint of our soul, who we really are within our soul. That energy remains with us, and we take it with us each lifetime we journey to, So we pick up where we left off. So if you have lessons from a past life that you did not finish it out, you did not learn the lesson, or you did not conclude it, or you started learning the lesson, but you really could not finish it out, you're going to pick it up at some point on your life journey. And it may not be revealed to you until later on in your life, or it may be revealed to you early on. But whenever it's revealed to you, it's happening because you are vibrationally ready to deal with it. So many of you are that trigger, or that person that shakes it up in people. You shake up that energy to be revealed, to come out. Some of you, again, it's, everyone's approach here is different. And some of you change your approach based on the situation or the person that you're dealing with. But you add a lot of value to the collective by bringing that energy out, because sometimes this energy is within someone in almost an unbeknownst way. Like, they have certain patterns or behaviors or thoughts, or certain ways that they've done things or thought about things, and they didn't even realize they were holding on to those things until you bring it to their awareness, to their zone of awareness. And now they're able to say, hey, yeah, they realize they have a choice. They realize they could change their wheel of destiny. They realize that they can choose to heal, or choose to release it, or choose to do something differently to move forward in a more healthy and productive way. And many of you are helping to bring that balance. You're helping to bring that stability. You're helping to bring that, like, hey, if you do this, your world or your life can change. Your outer reality will change. Some of you are doing this by way of showing people, like, you connect with people in a way where you're saying to people, like, I was just like you, or I dealt with that same situation, or, kind of sharing your own story in that way to help people to see the other side. And you are that example of changing or healing or moving forward in a different direction, how that looks. And so people will be more willing to listen to you and to hear you out because you have that relatability factor. You add a lot of value to the collective and to the world by being relatable, being grounded, being like you've gone through things too, so you know what you're talking about. People can connect to you a little bit better because it's like they feel like, oh wow, Power One, they've kind of gone through things. Because some of you, again, you are a leader here. The Hierophant, that's always a leader card for me. You could even be a religious leader, a spiritual leader, a leader within your community, within the career, within your family. Some of you are healing family, like ancestral trauma, generational curses, or ancestral wounds through pointing out things to members of your family. You're leading the change that way. And that's adding a lot of value to the collective because some of you may be like, well, Nicole, I'm not a leader. And no, you are. If you are, say, for example, you're having conversations with people in your family around childhood trauma or wounding or your experiences with things, that's leading. Past generations did not do that for the most part, for many of us, or people did try and they were silenced or, they were banished or told to go away or no one wanted to hear them. That is leading. You're leading a new way of being for your family, for people to feel safe to speak up about their experiences and for them to say, hey, yeah, it was messed up or they weren't, whatever they went through. But many of you are a leader. Many of you are adding so much value by highlighting things, and you're highlighting hypocritical behavior. You're pointing out hypocrisy. You're bringing people to this place of, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting for things to get better. Like things like that. Let's get some more. This is really powerful here. And again, thank you for the things that you're doing. So let's find out, how does your value, how does it show up, or where does it show up? Like the areas that your value shows up the most within our collective. Okay, let's find out. Let's see what's going on with that. Okay, message of concern, toil and labor, bad health, message, community, and journey. Okay, so with the things that you're doing, okay, it shows up through communication. Okay, many of you add a lot of value to the collective by being effective communicators. Okay, that is extremely valuable. Being an effective communicator is extremely valuable. Let me tell you why. In the higher realms, communication is a lot different from what it is here on Earth. Okay, here on Earth, it's physical. It's also nonverbal, but Earth is a physical planet. Okay, the fact that we can verbally speak, we can write, we have multiple ways of expressing ourselves. Not to say we don't have that on other planets or in other realms, but it's very unique here because Earth is a very unique planet, okay, within our galaxy, within the universe. So in the other realms, communication, it looks a lot different. It's a lot of telepathy, telepathic communication. We just know what each other are thinking, okay? And that's how we communicate. So down here, this is why we have so many communication issues. And this is why, how people try to talk and it's like, well, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not in your head. Say what it is you want. Well, we're so used to communicating telepathically. That's what we know. That, again, that's the energy within our Akashic, because that's how we communicate in these other places in the universe. But here, again, it's physical. We could text each other. We could write each other. We can write poetry, songs. We can speak. We have different languages. There's so many ways to express ourselves here, okay? You being a very effective communicator is so powerful. You add so much value, and I'm talking about gold. I mean, gold to the collective by your forms of communication. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is so crucial. Many of you teach other people how to communicate just by you being an effective communicator. There's a very strong Mercury placement here. I'm getting Mercury, or strong Gemini energy, strong Virgo energy, strong, for some of you, this could be Mercury in Sagittarius, Mercury in Aquarius, or strong Aquarian placement as well for some of you, because community is here as well. So many of you, your value by just you speaking, you listening, your writing abilities, or just your voice, it's very impactful and then very powerful, and it adds so much value to the world. You add a lot of value to communities, okay? And again, this could be family, this could be friends, this could be career. For some of you, this is career related. For some of you, this is all of the above, okay? It's so many different ways. For some of you, you add a lot of value through your work, through your career space, the people that you work with, your colleagues, but also the people that you're able to benefit, or the people that benefit from the work that you are doing, okay? And however that is going to be different for everyone, but your career impacts many people, okay? For some of you, you could be like a content creator, you could be a chef, you could be a musician, an artist. Your work, your career, you could be an athlete. You impact so many individuals just by your career. For some of you, again, you are this shining star. You are this example of where someone could be. And say, for example, like some of you could be on a public platform, but you came from very, very humble beginnings, meaning like, you grew up in poverty, or you grew up in circumstances that were not desirable, situations like that, and you made it out. You made it out, and you were able to use your gifts, your talents, your creativity, whatever that is, and turn your life into something else. Just by you doing that and sharing your story in that way shows people, that's adding so much value, because you're showing people how you were just like them, or you were in those same shoes, or you dealt with this and you dealt with that, and look where you are now. That adds so much value, because you are that example. You are that shining star. People get to see it. A lot of times we don't believe it if we don't see it. That's why it's so important for many of you to communicate your story, to effectively communicate your story and express yourself, because you are a very expressive individual. Like I said, I'm feeling a very strong Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Like, I'm feeling those energies very prominent for this group within your natal chart, okay? Check out your natal chart if you don't know what I'm talking about. Look at your natal chart and look at your personal planets. Look and see where your Mercury is. Mercury is about communication, the way you think and the way you express yourself. So, I don't want to get too far off here, but that is very prominent. I feel so like inspired. Like, I don't know who you guys are, Part One, but thank you again. I feel so revved up and charged up. Like, I feel like I can just go write a book or something. And that's not like, I'm feeling your energy. Like, I feel like there's so much to explore with the way, like, your story and what you have to say. And it's adding so much value. But you being you and you showing up within your career is helping so many people within so many communities. Some of you are like a global superstar here. I am feeling that for some of you. You have global appeal here, which is huge. And again, where's that card? It's the Hierophant here. You know that. You know that. And let me just say this again also. I want to say that having a position to be a global star, or having the position to be a star, period. I mean, we're all stars, right? We are all stars. It's how we shine. But some of us get promoted to certain levels for specific reasons. It's not just, it's not a vanity thing. It's for a deeper spiritual reason. I'm getting deep here, okay? So I'm just flowing with it. I'm just going to go there. Some of you are vibing with what I'm saying. You did not get that position for no reason. You got that position not only because past lives you've earned this. I just want to say that. You've done things in your past life to earn this position, but you also received it because you were chosen for that reason. You were not just plopped down and just like given global superstardom or the level of influence and the level of appeal and power and the following that you have for no reason. Your position was given to you for deeper reasons, a higher calling, a higher purpose, to really add a huge amount of value to our collective. Okay, and I'm not saying that you're not doing that. You are. But I just want to clearly say that because some of you question why you were given that position. I feel that. I feel like someone here is saying, why was I given that position? Why not my friend? Why not that person? Why me? You were chosen for a reason. And this was chosen from the higher power. And this is not to be taken lightly. And you need to know that not only were you chosen, but you are well equipped, well supported, and loved and protected to do that, to shine that light and to help the collective in that capacity by the light and the example that you are for all of us. For all of us. Because we're all here to shine together. Okay? Well, let me get back into this because, wow. So, you add value. How it shows up in the world, in the collective, is healing people, okay? People who have maybe some mental issues, mental blockages, let me say that, emotional blockages, mental blockages, people who don't have anything to believe in, people who are searching for something to hold on to. They have no hope. They don't have faith. They don't know what's real. They're seeing this world. This world is chaotic. This world is just all over the place. They don't know what's going on. They need something to hold on to. Here it is. POW 1 is helping. I can't even talk. Like, this is so powerful. POW 1 is helping that person to believe that they could do something, that they could be someone, that they can make it, that this world is not so bad, that they can find some light, that they can remove themselves from, the chains of the past. They could take that chokehold off. They can move past these blockages and be someone. Many of you are really lifting up a lot of people here, and I feel like you have no idea your impact. Like, I feel like you have no clue. Like, I feel that I feel some of you just have no idea how impactful you are. How, like, it's not even just like your family, but it's like family, friends, people you've gone to school with, coworkers, colleagues, so many people. You don't have to have a public platform. You are creating a lot of change in this world by you being you. And some of you are doing this by healing, loving yourself, refusing to just, be put in a box, refusing for people to talk to you any kind of way or disrespect you. that is creating a lot of change in this world. Okay, now let's find out, how can you continue to add on and expand to what you're already doing to add more value to the world. Okay, let's find out. Pile 1, please. Pile 1. Okay, all right, so circle of eternal joy, sacred purpose, precognition, divine mother. Okay, so how you can add more value here or continue to expand on what you're doing, nurture yourself. Okay, with this divine mother, it says nurturing, compassion, grace. The more you nurture yourself, because someone in here is questioning their place here in the world. Someone here is questioning their place of leadership. Someone here does not want leadership. Someone here is not feeling good enough to lead. And again, we talked about that before, leading in whatever capacity that is, okay? Fit that for your situation. Nurture yourself. Tell yourself you are deserving. Give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself, loving with yourself. You are worthy. You are deserving. You've been chosen. The divine sees in you that you are equipped and talented, gifted to do whatever it is that you've been called to do. You have to know that you've already been validated. You've already been chosen. You've already been given the place, the appointment. It's just for you to step into it now, accept it and step into it and not be afraid. And when you feel afraid, nurture yourself, because that's fear telling you, that's fear blocking you from your place, from your title, from your, because this is, I'm not even talking about Earth. I'm talking about your place in the universe. You've been given, you've already been validated. You've been given this title. Some of you, again, this is big energy here. This is like global level. If you are meant to lead on a global level, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, you think that's just given to anyone? It's not. Let me just say that right now. It's absolutely not. That does not just get handed out. That's something, that's big energy. You've worked toward this. You've been working toward this. Your soul is highly evolved to be able to handle something like that. Period. Okay? So accept your place. Accept your place here. Accept your title. Because this is your purpose, sacred purpose. And again, ancestral legacy. Some of you are doing this ground level within your family, and that's changing the world. You're pointing out that hypocrisy. You're pointing out the foolishness of the past generations. You're highlighting it. It's your purpose. But some of you, this is saying step deeper into your purpose. Step deeper into your purpose, accept your purpose on a deeper level, and love your purpose. Because someone here is doubting themselves or doubting their purpose, or not in love with the idea of leading a lot of different people. Not in love with that. Not feeling, and it's fear. It's nothing but fear. It's fear. Your soul is on fire for it. But the fear is like, no, you don't have what it takes. No, you did that 5 years ago. No, you can't, you're not that smart, or you don't know how to communicate on that level. Not true. Not true. So continue to dance with life. Continue to enjoy life, because the more you enjoy it, the more you're able to be connected with your purpose, connected with that higher version of yourself, connected with adding that value to the world by you having that joyful energy. But we know life is not always joyful, right? But we dance with life. We don't stay there. You may step into that zone of not feeling your best, but you step right out of it. Shift that energy, shift that focus. Continue to do that. Continue to honor your psychic abilities. Someone here is psychic. Someone here is a spiritual leader. Someone is here to lead globally with their psychic abilities. And I know that word, quote unquote, is still taboo. I know. I'm a psychic. I know. I know when people hear that, they're like, oh, you know. So where was I the other day? I was somewhere the other day, and someone was like I used to tell people would be like, well, what do you do? And I would be like, oh, I teach people how to heal, because I wasn't comfortable with saying I'm a psychic. That's why I really was not comfortable with that term. I was, but I wasn't comfortable saying it. And so now when people ask me, I'm like, oh, I'm a psychic. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, uh-huh. And they're like, oh, you're reading my mind? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. But, you know, that's good you think that, but I'm not. But now I'm comfortable with it because I am accepting that's who I am. I mean, that's one part of my title. That's not all that I am. But someone here does not want to be labeled as that. And it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's so okay. But someone here accept your role and accept that's who you are. And that's what you're here to do. And you're here to change the landscape of what that looks like, what all of that entails, you know, how people view it. Let's get your final messages. This is great. Okay. Pile 1, final messages. Pile 1, final messages for pile 1. Okay. All right. Inner child, change, flow, outrageous openness. Okay, so change is here. Things are changing. Some of you may have felt like nothing was really changing, or things were just stagnant and things were blocked. And I am feeling that for some of you, that there were many blockages here. But because you've been doing the work, because you've been showing up for yourself, because you've been choosing to become a better version of yourself, things are changing. And they're changing for the better. The more open that you are becoming, things are changing. So many of you, you are healing that your inner world, your inner self, your inner reality, and your physical reality is getting ready to change. So continue to tell yourself that you're safe and that it's okay to change. That it's safe to change, okay? And be open to change, because many of you have been manifesting change. However, it's coming in and it may feel a little, you may feel fearful around that, and that's okay. Continue to self-soothe yourself, but continue to be open. This says, open me to your will, release me from attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive. So this is saying, get ready to be open, but get ready to receive. And this is going to be different for everyone, but you're being asked to really be open, okay, and not restrict or not have this idea or not play this guessing game of what's happening, what's going to be next, how this is going to go, how it's all going to work out. Just be very open and be open to receiving. Continue to heal the inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to the little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So cater to your inner child, nurture your inner child, check in with your inner child, ask your inner child, what is it you need? What is it you desire? What do you need to say? Some of you may want to write a letter to your inner child or do a meditation and talk to your inner child and just, check in, because it's all happening. It's all happening right now. It's all happening. It's out there. So your inner child is out there, possibly crying, possibly feeling balled up and alone, possibly feeling like no one understands them. So visit your inner child and hug your inner child, love on your inner child, and ways that, you can connect with your inner child. You can connect with your inner child through music, food, exercise, movement, dance, things like that can help you really tap into your inner child. Video games, comic books or books, things like that. Those things can help you get into that energy. And finally, flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. Continue to be grounded in that calm energy, peaceful energy, but flow with the energy. Flow with life, dance with life. flow of what's to come, be right here, right now. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. Okay? And flow, flow, flow. If no one told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Love yourself, honor yourself, cherish yourself, be kind to yourself, nurture yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the things that you're doing for the world. I love you. I'll see you next time. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for loving yourself, taking the time to be your best version. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Nicole. Let's get to this. So you chose delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. So how do you add value to the world? You add value to the world by many of you help to highlight, to shed light, you illuminate. Many of you are like a illuminator, activator, disruptor, whatever they want to call it now. You help to illuminate delusional behavior, okay? And delusional behavior can show up in so many different ways, but you help to highlight that, like people's delusions. Not only do you highlight that, but your energy and the actions that you take around that, you help to eradicate that energy, that delusional energy, because, within our collective, we have a lot of like collective wounding, collective beliefs, collective thoughts, collective energies around certain things those are the lower level frequencies that we are working toward eliminating. You know, we are working toward rising above those things, okay? And so many of you, you highlight that. You may even call out hypocrisy. You may even call out, again, you call out delusional behavior. You call out people or situations that it just doesn't make sense, okay? Let's just be honest, all right? Some things that are going on in the collective, and I'm not talking about the higher level situations, because of course higher level situations don't always make sense either, but we know our consciousness is expanding, and then at some point it will make sense. I'm speaking about lower level situations where it just doesn't make sense. You can't put it together. It's just no way. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 4. Like, it's like, no, you know what I mean? Like those lower level situations, those things that we are still holding on to as a collective, that have been there or been here for a very long time, that we are working very hard to get rid of. So many of you are working with that. You are, again, highlighting that energy. And some of you may be doing this in a very entertainment focused or creative way. Like, you could be a commentator. You could do, content creator, where you talk about your public opinion, or you talk about public opinions, or you talk about reality TV shows, different things like that. Like, you do this in a very like comedic way for some of you, or entertainment way, or creative way, or for some of you, you could be a musician or artist. Someone could be an athlete here. I'm just getting, for some of you, like a public energy, okay? And yeah, you point that stuff out. And some of you do it in a very funny way, okay? I have to be very honest. Like, you may not even try to be funny, but you are hilarious. Let's find out some more. Let's get some more. All right. What is this? Pal 2? Pal 2. How does Pal 2 add value to the world and to the collective, please, for Pal 2? Pal 2. All right, let's get into this. So we have the Chariot. Put that there. The Chariot, Judgment, the Hierophant, Knight of Coins, Four of Coins, Queen of Cups, and Page of Coins. Okay, so Let's talk about the signs. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, um, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it. Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. Okay. Um, how do you add value? Many of you, again, it's like this energy of some of you could be very like nurturing, very sweet, very gentle, very you do this, like, you point out delusional behavior, but you do it in a very like unassuming way. It's almost like you sneak that in there and people don't even really know what just happened, and then it kind of comes to them. Some of you do this in a very sarcastic way, where it's like you're very cutting with your words, or you could be very sarcastic, but it's also funny, but it's also, again, pointing out foolishness. There's a big thing here around pointing out foolishness and pointing out delusional behavior, or pointing out delusional behavior, or patterns or thoughts, pointing out hypocritical behavior, hypocrisy, pointing out just things that should be a little obvious. But some people, you know, because let me just say this, when you are like, for you, for example, pile two, some of these things may be a bit obvious to you, okay? But other people in the collective, they're looking at it like, maybe they don't have time to examine certain things, or they're not diving that deep into the situation. But you kind of see past those illusions, okay? You see past the things, you see past some. Many of you have this like vision and clairvoyant energy and this foresight. Many of you are visionaries here. You add a lot of value through your vision. You're extremely you have like extreme vision. For some of you, you have like extreme vision. Like you've been given the gift of like seeing like the world, centuries ahead. Like that's for some of you. You literally can see where the world can go 200 years from now, or where the world should be 200 years from now. Like you're tapped in. Some of you are, it's just like your vision for just different situations, for like upgrading things. Like say for example, like I have a cup here. Okay, like you have a vision for like making this cup more effective, more efficient. I don't know, I'm hearing aerodynamic. I don't even know why the hell I'm hearing that. But some of you just have this way of, you add a lot of value to our collective through your vision, through pointing things out, through pointing out injustice. For some of you, I am getting that. You point out inequality. You point out, like for some of you, you're actually pointing out things that are hidden, things that are going on behind the scenes that people don't know about. For some of you, you're like a truth teller. Like you're revealing like those dark secrets. Like, say for example, like some of you could be considered what they say a whistleblower. Like, say for example, you've been working at a company and some of the dark things that they've done. You tell the public, well, this company is doing this and they're doing that, because that's pulling, like, basically you add a lot of value by pulling back the curtain, releasing judgment. Like judgment is about things that were hidden in the dark coming to the light, rising up, raising up. It's time for that curtain to be pulled back. It's time to know the truth. Some of you add a lot of value to the collective by revealing the truth, revealing what's hidden. Say, for example, maybe, again, I'm getting a lot of like, some of you have worked at different places and no one wants to speak up against the corporate machine, the corporate giant. No one wants to reveal these things. And you will go on social media and blast that company. Because I am getting, for some of you, a public energy, an entertainment energy, a, no holds bar, the public should know what's going on and you don't have a problem with telling people. Like, I'm definitely getting that for some of you. For some of you, I'm getting like you add a lot of value to, and I'm also getting Aquarian energy. I'm going to say that. I'm also getting Gemini energy, and I'm also getting Libra energy. But some of you, you add value to the collective in the world by, it's like you're in this place where it's like, again, you see past delusions and illusions, okay? So you come from this place where it's like, if you're not being honest, like if people are not being honest, or corporations, companies, they're not doing the right thing, or, they're telling the public one thing, but they're not honoring what they quote unquote built their values on, you're ready to expose it. Like, some of you are just in this place of like exposure season. Like, you're going to expose stuff and you're adding so much value to the collective because you're the type that is like, for many of you, Pal, too, you know how they say stuff like, oh, Pal, like when people say like, oh, that artist was before their time, or they did stuff before their time. Really, they didn't do stuff before their time. No, they really did it when they were supposed to. They did it in divine timing. It just took the consciousness of the collective to catch up, to see that the value and what that person was doing at that time. But some of you are in this place where it's like, you are doing certain things that people can't see the value in it yet, but later on, when the collective rises to a certain frequency and an awareness, they're going to value you so much more. Some of you may feel like this person that does these certain things, and I'm not saying that you're trying to be out here like you need a clap or you need people to tell you you're doing a great job. I'm not saying that. But for some of you, you're not celebrated for the type of things that you're doing, the type of risks that you're taking, the type of things that you're talking about, because as a collective, certain frequencies are still there that we're trying to get rid of, that are holding people back from seeing the truth. But you're so amazing. Thank you again. Thank you for the work that you're doing, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much, okay, for the work you're doing, because you are doing amazing work. And some of you are a leader here with the Hierophant. You are leading people. You're leading change. You are exposing the things that we need to know in order to change. Say, for example, you expose the company that you work for. Well, most of the collective believe when a company says that this is their values, that these are the things they believe in, these are the things that they celebrate within the company. People believe that because corporations are trusted. For the most part, we trust and believe these things because we don't really have a reason not to, right? For the most part, most people do. You have a few people that are going to doubt and question it, but for the most part, people believe it. And when you have someone like you, Pal 2, that pointed out and like, no, you guys have been lied to. They're lying to you. This is huge. I mean, this is big energy because some of you are blowing the lid off of big time corporate giants, corporate greed. I'm hearing phoniness and false contracts and breaking the law. Like, you guys are blowing the lid off some big situations here. And some of you could be a journalist. Like I said, I'm getting a public energy here. Okay. You could be doing it through social media, but however you're doing it, thank you. Thank you. We need it. And I'm going to give you your flowers. No, these are roses I'm throwing at you, okay? I'm going to give you your flowers because, we need that. We need that within the collective. And, just give the collective time. Let me just say that again. Give the collective time. Everyone doesn't get it yet, and that's okay. It's okay. It's so okay. They will get it when they're supposed to, okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, Pal 2, let's find out. How does this value that they're adding, where does it show up? Okay, where does it show up in the world for Pal 2? All right, so Sun and Wealth, community, child, official person, journey, main male. And, all of a sudden I got like really hungry. Someone could be hungry here, or changing their diet, or just changing the things that they eat. I'm hearing keep going, but don't starve yourself, okay? I just want to say that. Like, keep going with making healthier choices, but do not starve yourself. Okay, I just want to say that to someone. That's a side note. So, you add value, first of all, with this sudden wealth. You are supposed to be wealthy. I just want to say that. Like, many of you are supposed to be rich, you're supposed to be wealthy, or you are supposed to be rewarded for the things that you're doing. Meaning, like, you're supposed to receive money, material wealth, favor, blessings, abundance, miracles for the work that you do. So I just want to say that like, if you feel like, say for example, you sue a company, okay? And you may sue this company and feel like you may get like a lot of money, and you may feel guilty. I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you feel guilty, like, oh, that's just too much money, or, oh, what am I supposed to do? No, I'm hearing very clearly, pile two is meant to be paid for the things that they're doing, paid very well, okay? Because of the type of things you are exposing, because many of you are doing this in a very fearless way, where you don't have fear when you step into that energy. It's almost just like you're in another world. Like, you have no fear about the things that you're speaking out against. So you are meant to have wealth. If you have any guilt around receiving money or receiving material things and things like that, you're being asked to heal that, because you are meant to live a very abundant life, okay? You impact the next generation. This is what I was saying when I said, give the collective time. Everyone's not going to get it, and that's okay. The younger generations are going to get it because they're more in tune, they're more connected, okay? They haven't been as brainwashed. They're a bit more like, they can critically think a little bit differently versus the older generations that have been dealing with the same cycles of stuff for so long. They may not have that level of awareness, but the younger generation and the future generations are going to be more in tune with the type of things that you're doing. And they're going to feel, not only are they going to feel your value, they are going to respect your value and use you as that fearless leader. For some of you, again, you're a leader here. So say, for example, I don't know, I'm getting this example. Say, for example, you play for a team, an organization. You reveal the type of, dark things that were going on, the dirty things, the lies, the things that they were trying to present to the public as this is how they were doing business, but we know that that's not true. You reveal that. The ones that are coming up that are not even playing yet for this organ, or playing professionally or whatever, they're going to look to you like, wow, no one else was speaking up against that, but Pao2 spoke up. Look how fearless they were for doing that. That 7-year-old is going to appreciate you. They're going to, I don't like to use the word idolize, but that's the type of energy that I'm getting. Like, they're going to admire you for what you're doing. That 7-year-old is going to get it before that 67-year-old, more than likely. I mean, maybe that's not always the case, but sometimes that is the case, okay? So the younger generations and the children that are not even here yet, because this, for some of you, this is deep. This is going to keep going. This is going to go on and on and on. You may even be in history books here for some of you. They are going to appreciate you, and you are going to continue to receive your flowers through the generations. I'm going to give a quick example. I was looking at, I was on YouTube, and I found this interview of Marvin Gaye. This interview was like back in like, I don't know, like 80 some, I think it was like 1980, 81, I think, or something like that, right before he died. So he was just talking, he was very like natural, just speaking about so many different things. So many of the things that he was touching on and speaking about are still relevant to this day. And you're talking about 40 years later. And I'm like, wow, like, He was completely connected to that stream of consciousness, and just his music is timeless. And he doesn't always get the credit he deserves, but you do still have people from the younger generation that will still listen to him and be very in tune and tapped in with him, although his peers at the time may have not have understood even what he was talking about. So that's just kind of an example that just came to me, that like, if your peers or the older generation does not understand you, you're really not, like, you are doing it for everyone, but your value will be felt more with the younger generation and the generations that are not here yet, that are coming in. That's how powerful this is. This is so deep. You guys are so powerful. Wow, Paltu. You are impacting communities, okay? For some of you, this is marginalized communities. For some of you, these are communities that don't have a voice. For some of you, these are communities that have been taken advantage of, have been used, have been, again, like, it's just subsets of communities that within our collective that people may feel like don't deserve a voice, they don't deserve rights, they don't deserve to receive, to be treated in a humane way. And that's not true. So you are here adding value and highlighting and illuminating things for those people. I'm getting, for some of you, you may work in the field of law, okay? And it's like you are creating an impact and adding value to those individuals to share their story, to bring things to the forefront. Because like I said, many of you are illuminators. You illuminate the issues. Maybe you're illuminating issues within the criminal justice system, okay? The hypocrisy there, all right? This is not the video for that, but you know what I'm talking about. You are this type of person where people listen to you. Again, for some of you, you may be feeling like, no, the older generation, they don't get it, or my peers, they just don't understand. I'm talking, no one's listening. People do listen. It's, again, the consciousness. They cannot grapple everything that you're trying to do and talk about because their consciousness just is not there yet. Now, that's not for everyone, okay? I don't want to sit up here and say like, oh, everyone is just walking around like a zombie. That's not true, okay? But we do have some people that their consciousness just is not there yet, and it's okay. It's going to get there. The energy is going to shift and it will get there. But people view you as a leader. They view you as a person that's to be respected, that's honorable, that's standing up against something. Even if they do not agree with it, they still view you as a person that has the guts. I'm hearing the balls on POW too. It doesn't matter your gender. I'm hearing you have what it takes. You're so fearless. You impact people by, or you add value by, many of you, you show up as this person that's just unshakable. Like, you can't be broken. You can't be silenced. You can't be just thrown away. You can't be tossed around. You're not moving. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to just let people win. You're not going to let the others win. You're not going to, you're not here for that. You know who you are, and you know who you're here for. You know what you're fighting for. And that adds so much value because, again, people see it. They see it and they're like, if POW 2 can do it, they can do it. They feel they can do it. Okay, so you show up, again, the way you show up in the world adds a lot of value. For some of you, it's the way that you present yourself, the way you dress. It's your fashion style. It's the way you carry yourself. It's not just about like fashion here for some of you. For some of you, it's also about confidence. It's also about like your stature, the way that you speak, or the way your movements, the way you carry yourself. All of that plays into how you add value, because for some of you, people look to you for, because some of you may be considered like a trendsetter, or, like someone that people look to for inspiration, or people feel like, you're best dressed, you're well dressed, or you're ahead of your time with certain things, with certain things with style and fashion. So people feel like, that your appearance and the way you present to the world physically is also a huge like way you add value to the collective. That's big for you. So your physical appearance is going to be big for um your sense of aesthetics and your sense of like, again, how you present yourself to the world is really big for Pal too, because that is how you add value. You add value to the world by your physical appearance, okay? And for some of you, you may feel like, well, people are always copying you. People are always like, you dress a certain way that everyone else does it. That's how you add value. You are meant to be that person. I mean, I'm not saying that like many of you are meant to be that leader in that way. That's the way that you lead. You lead by the way that you dress, your style, your presentation, the way you walk, the way you move. It could be the way you dance, the way you do your hair, the way you carry yourself. Like you add a lot of value to the collective that way. And so because some of you are on the forefront of some of these things, because like I said, this pile has this incredible level of vision here, okay? So you are able to see, say for example, you start to do something with your hair or you start to do something with your clothes and you're just doing it because you like it, it feels good for you, but that's really setting a trend. That's really like that energy is now like, Pal 2 did it. Wow. I'm about to start doing my hair like that. Or I want to start dressing like that. I want to start looking like that because your vision is just top notch. You're there. You know what I mean? So that adds a lot of value. Many of you, I just don't think that you really see your impact. Some of you are like literally raising a generation. Like some of you are big time here. And it's like, you're so big time where you are literally raising the next generation. The next generation is like, when they think of the next generation, that, your name is coming up. Like you are raising, like, it's again, like you're raising the next generation and the generations to come. Like they're doing things because of you, your energy. This is really powerful. Okay, let's find out how can you continue to expand on this and, add more value to the world here. Okay, let's find out. This is Pal 2. Okay, all right. Harvest, balance, sacred breath and sound, touching earth, and innovation. Not surprised to see that. Many of you are innovators, okay? You are here to birth new creations, have new ideas, new way of doing things. Some of you here, okay, I'm getting now another music reference, okay? Going back to Marvin Gaye, let's talk about that again, okay? If you're not familiar with Marvin Gaye, you can go Google that. But Marvin Gaye, like when he made his album What's Going On, okay? Like that album is timeless, but it was so like, it talked about so many different things that were going on at the time, but some people, celebrated it, but some people didn't want to hear that. They wanted him to continue to make music like he did from Motown, okay? I know all about Marvin Gaye because my parents were big fans of Marvin Gaye and we used to listen to it all the time. And I'm from the DC area and Marvin Gaye is like a big deal. He's from DC, so it's like a big deal in the DC area. But anyway, that's just a little backstory. But Marvin Gaye, like he still did it. And it was a timeless album that's still celebrated to this day. Okay. And so even though it wasn't celebrated maybe as much as it should have been at that time, it's really celebrated now. Like, people still talk about that's one of the best albums ever made. I've heard many people say that. And like, it's just the level of consciousness that the album, the awareness, and the things that he talked about within that album. Some of you are doing things that, again, the collective, their consciousness is not there to accept it. They're not there yet. You may be a musical artist and, people are like, yeah, it's cool, but you should do it like this. And you're continuing to bring in that new energy, that new sound, that new way of doing things. Continue to do that. Continue to be tapped into your vision and bring in that energy, that new stuff, because many of you are very connected. You're very tapped in. You are already doing that. Continue to do more of it. Continue to dress differently. Continue to bring in new ideas, new ways of being, new ways of doing things, because we need that. We need that in order to grow, evolve, and become better and more civilized and more sophisticated and to align to higher frequencies. We need that. The past has been done. Like, sometimes when I look at certain things in pop culture and entertainment and, music and things like that, I'm like, why do they keep going back and doing what we've already done before, what we've already heard? Why? Because people are afraid to do something new, because there's a collective energy that is fear-based, that fear tells you don't do something new, do something that we've already heard a million times, because that's what everybody wants. And it's like, no, you guys are the brave ones that bring in that new stuff. You're not afraid to do something different and something new, and we need that. So continue to expand on that and be fearless. And just know, again, you may not get your flowers in that moment, but it's going to keep evolving and it's going to keep going. Someone here too, I just want to say this. I'm getting this for someone, like, you've been working, doing something public, and you've been just working at it, working at it, working at it. And you may already be very popular, but something is getting ready to pop for you where it's like, you're going to be bigger than ever before. Like, you're going to start receiving what you should receive. Like, you're going to be really huge. That's a message for someone. Okay, so continue to, communicate. Continue to find new ways to communicate whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Again, many of you do communicate things that pull people out of delusional energy or illusions. So continue to do that and continue to be very confident with your communication, but also express yourself the way that you feel guided to do so. That no one can tell you, again, how to show up, how to be, how to present. You know what you're here to do, okay? Planting something new. Again, we see new creations, planting something new. Again, your vision is not a coincidence, the type of visionary individual you are, Paltu. You are meant to bring in that new energy. You have that foresight to ground, because touching earth, that's grounding, to ground these new ideas and new innovations to bring us to the next level. Continue to do that. Gathering blessings, harvest. As I was saying before, do not have guilt, regret, or fear around living a very abundant lifestyle. You are here to be abundant. Some of you are here to be wealthy, rich. You're here to live a very nice lifestyle, okay? And you are here to be rewarded for the work that you're doing and the things that you're doing. You are here to receive. Some of you have had past lives where you were of service. You lived in a position of service, meaning like you were with maybe a religious organization or you worked for your community and you really didn't have that much money. You were actually like someone that was probably considered poor, or just lived a very humble lifestyle, okay? But that didn't matter to you because you were dedicated to what you were there to do. This lifetime, you are meant to be rewarded and wealthy or rich or abundant for the work that you're doing. Allow yourself to receive it. Allow yourself to enjoy it. Allow yourself to accept it, because the more you enjoy it and not enjoy it from an indulgent place. Enjoy it from a place of you're grateful, gratitude, and that you've earned this and you deserve it and you're worthy of this. The more you do that, that energy expands and is felt. And also continue to be balanced, continue to be stable in your foundation, balance work life, social life, balance in all areas of your life. Okay, let's get your final messages, pal, too. All right, final messages here. Ooh, final messages, pal, too, please. Oh, wow. Okay, too many. Let's just get one more. Pal, two, final messages. All right, invite help, true offering, gratitude, and divine flow. Okay, so you're being asked to invite help, pal, too. This says, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God, pursue me. So this is saying that you are being asked to no longer force anything, no longer chase, no longer force, no longer again, chase, okay? Allow it to just come to you. Allow, like this card says, the higher power, whatever you resonate with, allow the higher power to pursue you, to show you, to guide you, to illuminate that path for you and give it to you in the moment that you are meant to receive it. Trust the timing of the things that are happening in your life. Trust divine timing. Have gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Have that gratitude and not only receive blessings, but be a blessing to other people. That's that balance. That's that infinity. It's going around, coming back. It continues to go. As much as you are given, you should be a blessing to others. Continue to bless others in their life, and you will continue to receive as well. And it's going to be a harmonious, equal exchange. But have gratitude for yourself, your journey, for the higher power, where you are, and the timing of your life. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and return it to love. So the things that may have felt very challenging for you, return it to love. See the higher perspective we see here. This reminds me of an eagle. Some of you could have a spirit animal of an eagle here, that being able to see things from a higher perspective, because again, you have a very beautiful vision here, Pal2. So see the higher perspective of the things that you've gone through and the challenges, because when you see the higher perspective, you can then have gratitude for what the situation taught you, what the experience taught you, and you can return it to love. You can return it to love. It turns into love. You alchemize that. You switch the energy now, and you move to a higher frequency. And finally, with divine flow, eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others. So follow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. So you're being asked to really flow with life. Follow that divine flow. Really surrender and let go. Be in the present moment, right here, right now. Now, this does not mean that you can't plan for things in the future. You can't, make plans, have intentions, and things like that. Not true. Absolutely, you can. However, you are flowing with the energy in that moment. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're present with your thoughts and your energy, and you're just allowing the divine to show you where life can go, how beautiful it is, how mysterious it is, and how you're safe. And it's all happening for you, not to you. So if no one told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Cherish yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. Nurture yourself. I love you so much. Thank you again for all the work that you are doing. You are loved, valued, and appreciated. I'll see you next time. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for loving yourself, for taking time to become your best version. My name is Nicole. I'm so grateful to be here with you. It's an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you chose Divine Source. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Okay, so how do you add value to the world, to the collective? You add value by, some of you are a channel. You channel that divine energy from the higher power, okay, from the universe, whatever you resonate with. Some of you are a light worker, a healer, an empath. Some of you are a star seed, you know, whatever it is that you connect with, you have that energy that flows through you that adds a lot of value to the collective, okay? This adds that value of divinity, dignity, integrity, righteousness, trust. So you add value by you bringing that energy to the collective. Many of you, you live a very, you could be spiritual, you could be religious, or you could just be a person that, you are dedicated to living your life a certain way. And that adds value to the collective because you're living your life in a very, or like you try to live your life in a more divine way, okay? And does not mean that you don't make mistakes. This does not mean that you don't have missteps or, you know, you go through things, you fall down sometime or, things happen. That's not saying that. Like, you're human. Things happen, right? But you try to live your life in a very righteous way. And by you doing that, that energy, you spread that energy to the collective by doing it that way. And it's very beautiful. It's very harmonious. It's very balanced. It's very grounded. It's very beautiful. Let's get some more. Okay, pile 3. How does pile 3 add value to the collective here, to the world? How does pile 3 add value to the world? 8 of Cups. Let me just get it all out and we'll talk about it. Okay, all right. So 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 3 of Coins, 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords, Page of Coins, the Empress, and Knight of Swords. Okay, so let's talk about the signs. Taurus, Libra. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I'm also getting Sagittarius, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising. But you add value to the world by, many of you help to really, like, many of you live a very, like, you are here on a journey. You are here on a personal journey, personal quest, a quest of enlightenment, a quest of consciousness expansion and awareness, a quest of, for some of you, you are also here collaborating with people, working with people, collaborating for better structures, better systems, better companies, better businesses, better organizations. Some of you are adding value to the world by sharing love, kindness, empathy, compassion, nurturance. Some of you are doing this like you share your love with your family, but you also share your love like you treat other people like your family. Like this could be people that you don't even know that you treat like family, like you're very loving, kind, and gentle. Some of you add value to the world by being nurturing, healing. There is this energy here for some of you. You live a life of being of service. Okay, your life is like basically your life is based off of a life of a person that is of service. Like your career is aligned with being of service. Your the work that you do with communities, with other people, all of the things in your life is rooted from a place of you are here to serve, you are here to help, you are here to assist and support, okay? And that's really how you add value. I feel like for many of you, you are on this journey of, you're not like, I'm not saying that you're not trying to add value, but just you being yourself and doing the things that you're doing, it's just naturally and organically adding value to the collective because you're just on your own journey, and just you being on your own journey is adding value. You know, it's adding into other people's lives. It's the energy. People are feeling the energy. For some of you, people feel very nurtured by you. People feel very supported by you. People feel like you have so much compassion and empathy for them. And that adds a lot of value because they feel like someone is there to listen to them. Someone cares about them. Someone is showing compassion, that they actually care about how they're feeling, how they're doing. For some of you, you add a lot of value through your romantic relationship as well. Some of you could, be in a relationship, a marriage, a long-term connection, partnership, whatever that is, and you add value to the collective by your relationship because people see your relationship and they believe in love, they believe in like happiness, they believe that anything is possible, miracles can exist, like whatever the love story is for you and your person. Okay, everyone has their own love story, but whatever the love story is for you and your person, it adds value to the collective because people get to see, a glimpse of, for some of you, this is true love. It's true love. Like for some of you, you have such a dynamic love story here where it's like, it's divine timing. It was divine timing for you and this person to come together, or you and this person individually worked on yourselves and you were able to connect after, working on yourselves. Something like that. There's a beautiful dynamic love story here. And for some of you, this adds so much value to the collective because the collective gets to see you and your person, or see you and your family, and they get to see the possibility of what can happen after the storms, what can happen in divine timing, what can happen when people choose to put their mission first, or put their purpose first, or put the higher power or their life of service first. For some of you, this is about adding value to the collective by raising your children or your family dynamics. Say, for example, you have children, or, again, you're in a partnership, you're in a marriage or something like that. You're changing the ancestral narrative. You're changing ancestral patterns. Maybe you're the first person in your family to get married. Or maybe you're the first person in your family to have some type of true love union. Maybe you're the first person in your family to raise your children in a different way, where it's like those beliefs and those patterns from the past and the past generations, you don't subscribe to that, and you don't raise your children by those rules. You're raising your children to be free thinkers, critical thinkers, problem solvers, to think outside the box. That's adding value, because people get to look to you to say, wow, like, even if they don't agree with everything that exactly how you're raising your children, they could say, wow, Pal 3 is doing something right, because look how dynamic that family is. Look how strong and powerful they are. This is adding a lot of value. For some of you, I'm going to be honest, the way you just live your day-to-day life, you're adding value because you're on that righteous path. You're on that path of enlightenment. You're on that path of self-love. You're on that path of, you know, your life purpose, being really in alignment with what you are here to do. You're on that path. So when you choose to be on that path, when you choose to accept yourself in that way and accept your mission and your purpose, the divine or the higher power is aligning you with those higher frequencies of being trustworthy, authentic, doing things the right way, having integrity, having compassion, having patience, having the willpower to overcome anything, to be faithful on your journey. Some of you are adding value to the collective by, again, showing people a healthy marriage, a healthy relationship, a healthy family dynamics. You know what I mean? Like, really showing people that. Like, I was just listening to this thing on YouTube this morning, and they were talking about how people were saying, you know, they never want to get married, and they don't want to get married because, you know, they were saying that, like, they feel like all men cheat, or all women cheat, or whatever the situation was, right? And so, like, I could say I've been married before, and after, when I got divorced, I did hold that belief, like, oh, I don't want to get married again. Like, I never want to do that. I no longer feel that way, and I understand that I was saying that because that was a trauma response. I was hurt. I was wounded, you know, and I had to do the healing work to come back to this place of, I do want that. But we have collective beliefs here of what marriage looks like, what partnerships look like, what family dynamics look like. We have collective beliefs around all families are broken, or all families, you know, this is the way a family should look. You know, even when you think about blended families, like, we don't have a lot of those examples. We have a few, have some, but not many. Like, many of you, your life is meant to break down those beliefs. The belief around people being in a healthy, faithful connection. You know, a lot of people don't believe that people could be faithful. A lot of people don't believe that people can live righteously and still be abundant and still have wealth. A lot of people don't believe that a family, you know, whatever, however this family looks, however it comes together, that it could be successful unless it looks this way. You know what I mean? Like, many of you are breaking down those things, and you're breaking it down with your energy, with what you are showing the world, and how your impact on the world. This is really powerful. I mean, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the things that you're doing. Thank you for the way you are adding value to the collective. Now let's find out how, when you are adding value to the collective, or the value that you add to the collective in the world, where does it show up? How does it show up? Where's your impact? Okay, pile 3. Let's find out. Some of these cards have come out for every pile, but that's really great because we get to see it. Okay. All right. So we have change, we have pathway, official person, thief, mature woman, community, and journey. Okay. So how does it show up within the world? We see here, it changes things. We see the card change is out. Your impact, your energy, the value that you add to the world changes things. It shifts the frequencies, it shifts the vibration, it breaks down limiting beliefs, it breaks down collective beliefs, collective ideas. Some of you may just be feeling like, well, you know, how does a marriage or how does a relationship break that down? It breaks it down a lot. It breaks it down a lot because people are able to see that two people can come together and be fulfilled with each other and feel good and feel healthy and good and powerful. Each person is powerful in their own power within that relationship. That breaks down a lot because most of the relationships that we see, because again, we need to see it. For us to believe it, most of the time we have to see it because we don't believe it if we can't see it. That's another thing. But the things that we can't see, we have a difficult time believing. So most of the relationships that you see are codependent. I'm just being very honest here. They are. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone's on their own journey. Everyone's trying to figure it out. I'm not sitting here saying that like, oh, I'm not codependent. I have my own codependencies. But I wake up every day and I keep working toward healing it and dealing with it. We're all here on that path. But if you have a relationship here where you and your person have both dealt with a lot of different things, you acknowledge your addictions or acknowledge codependent behavior, and you're actively continuing to grow and evolve and work on that together, that adds a lot of value to our collective. A lot of value. Because we need to see that, and we need to see that, yes, it's a journey, but two people can decide to grow and evolve together in a healthy way. And this is a way that this could look. And this is not to say that people need to put you on a pedestal or look at you as goals. That's not it. Everyone could be their own goals. You should be your own goals, that higher version of yourself. But this is just to say that, like, this is an example and we see it and it's genuine because people recognize genuine energy within you, Pile 3. People see you as someone that has genuine energy. With this official person, people see you as a person, your value that you're adding to the collective. People respect you. People respect your story. People respect the things that you've gone through. People respect your journey. For some of you, you may be on a public platform here. Or even if you're not, people know about you, they respect you. They respect you because of the things that you've gone through and the way that you show up and present to the world. Say, for example, like you've gone through a lot of different things in life. You've been knocked down. You've had to go through certain situations, but you're not bitter. You're not angry. You're showing up, not with that energy. That adds a lot of value because it's like, wow, Pal 3 went through a lot, but they're not all angry and bitter and worn out and beat down. They're still here spreading love and joy. That's great. That adds a lot of value. You have no idea. With this pathway and thief, this is again saying you are on that righteous path and you're here to show people that you could live your life on a righteous path and you could be rewarded. You can win. You can have a great life because we have collective beliefs, collective thoughts and patterns that people who live their life of service, live their life being righteous, having integrity, having dignity, doing the right things, those people don't get rewarded. Those people are always overlooked. Those people don't win in life. They finish last. That's kind of like the collective belief, okay? You're here to show that's not true. You're here to break that down. Many of you add value by breaking down those norms or those conscious beliefs that are there within our collective. They're not true. But because we don't see it or we don't really know about it, it's hard for us to believe. And again, things have shifted, things have shifted so much throughout the years, the centuries, the frequency has changed where we are able to see a new way of living and a new way of being and how abundant and how prominent that can be for people. You know what I mean? Like, that is showing up so differently now. The way people are able to be of service and how service can look. Because service, you could be of service and be in the entertainment industry. You could be of service and be a chef. You could be of service and be an artist. Like, it's showing up differently now. It's more ways to do things now. So you are here to break that down, and you add a lot of value by doing that and continuing to do things the right way, and to show people that, again, you don't have to be grimy. You don't have to manipulate, deceive, betray, backstab, to, do some dark things to win and be successful. You don't. That's not true, but we have to see it. Okay. And the more that you show that or express it and talk about it, you're pouring more of that value into the world, into the collective. You add value to the different communities that you serve, the different communities that you help, the different communities that you connect with. Some of you are on a global level here, where you have that global impact, where people from all around the world connect with you, okay? But some of you are here connecting with people in your country, in your city, in your neighborhood, career. However you connect with people, you are adding a lot of value. And for some of you, like I said, there's multiple different communities that you impact. And your level of impact is huge. Let me just say thank you again. It's huge. It's just the type of things that you're working, the type of things that you're doing. Say, for example, you decide to start a garden within the community, like it's a community garden, and you just plant some different fruits and vegetables. That's a huge impact, and that's a long-lasting impact, where that can last for a long time, and so many people can benefit from that. Say, for example, you decide to open a smoothie shop within your community. You're bringing in healthier lifestyle choices, healthier options. People get to see that, they don't always have to drink coffee. They can go to the smoothie shop and get a green smoothie or something like that. That's adding a lot of value to the world. And then people see you doing it. They're like, wow, look how they're successful. Look how well they're doing. Maybe I want to open a smoothie shop. Maybe I want to start a community garden. You have that type of impact where people see it. You are that example. You are that example where people see it. Now they can believe it. People see it. Now they can believe it. Say you have a spiritual business, same thing. Oh, people believe you can't get paid from doing certain things like that. Like, you can't make any money in that. That's what they believe. You can only make money if you do this and that. Not true. Not true. Many of you, you help people get on their own path. You help people identify their purpose, or get in tune with their purpose, get in tune with their path, get in tune with like what they are really here to do so they can grow. You help people to grow. You help people to mature. You help people to expand. You help people to get out of their own way so they can get in alignment with their purpose, their journey, their path, and a higher version of themselves. You're doing some great work. Thank you again for all that you're doing. Now let's find out, how can you continue to expand on this? Expand your reach, continue to expand and grow with the way you add value to the collective. Let's find out for pile 3. Okay. Sensuality, grateful optimism, deep emotions, friendship, and divine masculine. Okay, so let's talk about it, pal. You can continue to expand on this, the things that you're doing now, by tapping into that sensuality, that sensual side that you have, that passionate side. With this coming up, feminine wisdom and divine masculine, this is saying having that balance and that harmony between your masculine and your feminine energies, because we all have masculine and feminine energy within us, regardless of what you feel is your dominant core frequency. Say, for example, you identify as a masculine or you identify as a feminine, you have both. So continue to honor both within you and balance both of those. And what does that look like for you, and how does that show up for you? Because again, many of you are here to connect with so many people, and you're meant to connect with men, women, non-binary. You're just here to connect with people, period. So having that balance, a healthy balance of masculine energy and feminine energy, tapping into your passionate side, your intuitive side, but also tapping into that divine confidence energy, that action, taking risk, having that healthy balance, and showing your sensuality, showing those deeper parts of yourself. Because with these deep emotions, this is about being more vulnerable. The more vulnerable you are, the more you show up in such an authentic way. You show up with no mask. You show up and you're ready to reveal certain parts of yourself, certain emotions. You're not afraid. You're very fearless in sharing your story or sharing different parts of yourself with the people that you connect with. That's how you continue to add value and expand, because again, people have to see it. If someone is, say for example, someone is having a difficult time with getting aligned with their purpose, you share a story about you were in those same shoes, because many of you are the type of person, you've gone through many different situations in order to connect with so many different people, because you are meant to connect with so many different people. So say for example, you can relate to that. You went through the same thing where you were questioning your life purpose, questioning your path, questioning how you get connected with it. That person wants to hear, how did you figure it out? How did you find the way? And you telling the person how you did it, that may not necessarily be their path, but it activates something within them where they're like, whoa, okay, they feel activated now. They feel like they can kind of like get a sense of their bearings, like they can kind of figure out what's the next step for them to take to figure it out for themselves. That's how it works. And it adds so much value to the collective. Continue to have this level of gratitude and to continue to be very positive and optimistic. Having that joyous view of the future, having this, sense of, things are where they are right now, but things are continuing to get better. Things are continuing to grow. Things are continuing to turn and shift for our favor, for not just your favor, not just my favor, for the favor of all of us, for the highest good for all of us, that things are moving in that direction, regardless of what is happening, right? In our physical reality. The physical reality is telling us that things are not getting better, right? That's what they want us to believe, but that's really not true, okay? And that's, again, breaking down more of those collective beliefs around certain things. And finally, you can expand on this more by friendship, unity. Some of you are unifying people, unifying communities, unifying groups of people. Have fun, laugh, play, have a good balance. Have a good balance between work and social life, work and family, work and relationships, because many of you are very dedicated and devoted to your work that you're doing here. But have that balance, have fun, laugh, have times for play, times to connect with people, times to connect with people like you. Because sometimes, you may feel a little drained, like you need to be around some people that kind of get you, that kind of understand what you're here to do. Connect with people like you, the people that will get it, will hold space for you, will understand exactly where you're coming from, because they're in that fight with you. They get you on that level, so connect with those people and receive that support and that love here on the ground as well, because many of you, you're spiritually supported, you're supported from the other realms, but sometimes you may feel like you don't always feel that here on the ground. So connect with individuals to help you tap into that so you can feel connected and you can support them as well. Equal energy exchange. Let's get your final messages, Pile 3. Wow. Thank you again for all that you're doing. Pile 3. Okay. All right. So we have extraordinary, allowing, limitless, and sanctity. So through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So this is saying to remain balanced, remain balanced, remain grounded, remain rooted, remain present, present in the right here, the right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. And know that anything that may feel like a problem, an obstacle, a challenge, that's part of your story, that's part of your journey, and that is a part of how you are here on your path, connected with your purpose, but also what you're here to do. And like, you will overcome it. And not only will you overcome it, your story will bless so many people. Your story will be a blessing in so many people's lives. I mean, I have chills. A true blessing, because many of you are faithful. You're faithful, you're devoted, you're dedicated. You know what you're here to do. So you can overcome anything. We see here limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Allow yourself to receive. This is also saying allow yourself to receive, but this is also saying you have miracles coming in. You know, you have the higher power using a person, a situation, whatever, to bring in a miracle to you, Pile 3. You have a miracle coming in. Allow yourself to receive it. Radical acceptance says yes to reality. In any given moment, to what's needed can come next. This is about saying yes, allowing yourself. It's easy for me to receive. I deserve to receive. I am worthy of receiving. It comes to me in divine timing. Everything is aligning in my favor. And saying thank you. You know, you are ready to receive something big for some of you, and it's coming. But continue to allow yourself to receive it and allow yourself to know that you're worthy and deserving of it. And be open. Be open to receive. Be open to miracles. Be open to abundance. Be open to blessings. Be open to wealth, I'm hearing. Many of you are destined for wealth, for riches, for abundance. Be open to it. You deserve it. You're worthy of it. Allow yourself to receive it. And finally, extraordinary, shine your light. Be extraordinary with the way you shine your light. With that peacock energy here, you could have a peacock spirit animal. The peacock is saying, shine your light in all of your glory. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Show how different you are. Show how unique you are. Share yourself. This is how you add value to the collective, by showing how beautiful and unique you are, and how dignified and gracious you are, and just glorious. Shine your beautiful light. Shine it, shine it, shine it, and shine on even more. If no one told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your service. Thank you for shining your light. Love yourself, honor yourself, cherish yourself, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, nurture yourself, continue to be on your path. Thank you, thank you. I love you. I'll see you next time.